small baby and sleeping peacefully, unbelievable passing away. So what she taught me, that how I need to implement um, um, Krishna conscious in my life, and I realized that Srimad Bhagavatam words in the real life, that Savaipum Saparo Dharmo Yator Bhakti Radokshaja Aitukiya Pratyata Yatma Suprasidati. So such devotional service must be unmotivated, uninterrupted, to completely satisfy the self in any situation. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna that much chita madgata prana bodhiyanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So the thoughts of my pure devotees dwells in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. It's so beautiful actually. People talk about politics and other things, non-mundane topics, news, but devotee likes to talk about Krishna. And when they talk about Krishna, they forget everything. When they hear about Krishna, they talk about Krishna, and they release, they become very blissful, and they enlighten each other. It's such a nice verse and such a nice thing, and we see that in our devotee congregation. Our Yugal Kishore Prabhu is so loving, gives so much love to all of us and bring us close to Krishna. He works so hard for all of us. All the brahmacharis, they work so hard for all of us. Their days completely booked with so many activities, even though they give time to us. So very inspiring. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Kunti Maharani said that to Krishna in her prayers, and my family went through so many troubles, so many problems. But my prayer to Krishna that let all these problems comes again and again and again. Because these calamities, these problems gives an opportunity to increase our dependence on you, Krishna. These problems gives opportunity us to remember you, to see you. And when we take your darshan, when we see you, when we remember you, these material disturbances does not disturb us anymore. So this is the words. Disturbances are there, the miseries are there, but when we are think about Krishna, when we are discussing about Krishna, hear about Krishna, Nama Rupa Guna Lila Dhama, right? Then what happens? This misery does not disturb us. We will face internally we feel more bliss. Externally we may going through the misery, but internally it gives so much bliss. We see in Chaitanya Charitamrita how Srivas Acharya is totally dependent on Krishna. We see so many pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam. Avanti Brahman, he took full shelter of Krishna. He said, my mind is troubling me, my body is troubling me. Let me surrender this mind, monkey-like mind, unto Mukunda. He's a Rishikesh, he's a master of senses. So once I surrender myself, I take shelter of Mukunda, then where is the misery? Misery will come and go, but then it's gone, right? Is all our perception will change. So, also the real good example, we just heard pastimes about on Govardhan Day from Yugal Kishore Prabhu. Very wonderfully described how Govardhan Leela, all Brajvasi took complete shelter of Krishna. How most difficult situation became the most glorious festival, right? Like everybody become happy. Even though when we hear about Govardhan, we become happy. Everybody's devotee then. Even Indra is a devotee. Everybody's devotee. But how we enjoy the pastimes of Krishna, right? By just everybody come under the Govardhan, took his shelter, and then there's a party. So we see also recently I was talking to recently Srila Prabhupada disappearance day, right? So we glorify Srila Prabhupada and how he came to USA in old age went through so many bodily difficulties, but he never gave up. He never gave up, right? So I was talking to one devotee friend yesterday, and he was telling me that he went to New York, Brooklyn Temple, when Radhanath Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj visited recently. And His Grace Yugal Kishore Prabhu ji was there, His Grace Gaurang Prabhu was there, couple of devotees from Detroit congregation were there. And he was telling me that there is a shoe of Srila Prabhupada, and they kept there. And this shoes, Srila Prabhupada wore 1 year when he came from India to USA. He was wearing these simple shoes. And we know how the temperature in New York is so bad, is severe cold, snow, icy road. But Srila Prabhupada was wearing simple shoes, like, our dada, our grandparents, grandfather, they used to wear these shoes like mojudi, and they wear this hat, white hat, and dhoti kurta. My dada used to wear that. So I remember where these shoes, like what kind of shoes look like. So even though these shoes completely worn out, there were holes in the shoes, but Srila Prabhupada put the cardboard in the shoes and continued to wear for 1 year. So much difficulty he went through. For what? So he went to so much difficulty, so much bodily discomfort to give us Krishna Prema, to us. So the degree the devotees advanced in Krishna consciousness, the degree devotees are matured within, to that degree devotee is not overwhelmed by these miseries, right? So as they realize these problems are related to the body, these miseries are related to the mind, and they know they are not this body and they are not mind. So who they are, they know that our eternal dharma is Jivera Swarupai Krishna Nityadas. Serve Krishna is my eternal dharma. Then furthermore, it explains in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Gopi Bharatu Padakamalayur Dasa Dasam Das. Furthermore, we are servant of his servant of his servant of his servant, like that in disciplic succession, Guru Parampara, right? So we serve our Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, Vaishnavas, pure devotees, brahmacharis. So we become the Das of Das. That's the mood we build and learn from them, hear from them. So in fact, devotees releases a love of Krishna even in the difficult situation. So the problems are not a problem, but becomes a blissful experience within. So devotee, that's how the devotee transcends this problem. And this how says that Sarira Manasa Divya Vayase Yecha Manusa Bhotikas Katham, how klesha, miseries, badante, can trouble, Hari Samshayam, one devotee who takes shelter of Lord Krishna. So with this, and again, Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself personally appeared only few hundred years ago, and he made the shelter of Krishna even more easy for us. So we can be anywhere, whether you are in the home or work or sleeping or standing or walking or temple or anywhere, traveling, just by chanting his holy name, Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If we chant this Maha Mantra continuously, and when we start chanting this Maha Mantra offenseless, we will come under Hari Samshrayam, So in that stage, then nothing will bother us. So with this, I would like to conclude this class. If anyone has any question or correction, suggestion, please suggest. And I would forgive everyone if I have made any mistake in the class. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for a very nice class. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandat Pranam.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Krishna, Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. Shripad, you said why miseries will not affect on devotees. But I felt Adhyatmika Gati Bhavati Kriti Devika miseries. Definitely, I feel for it. So that way I can safely conclude maybe I am not a devotee. Somebody
No,
else want to add on this.
You're humble. Our knowledge is coming from you. So is with your mercy. I don't know, Prabhu. You are very humble, and we are learning from you how to serve Krishna, how to serve devotees, and miseries are there in this world. But I'm just repeating what Shastra is telling. I'm also in the same boat, and you are much way above, far away from me. You are our Siksha Guru. I'm just a small, tiny. So sorry, Prabhu. I've done any mistake, but I'm just repeating the word of Shastra. And Maitra Muni is telling Vidura by giving example of Swambhava Manu, and just following your footstep, and someday I'll also become a Hari Samshram and feel the same feeling like all devotees, pure devotees are experiencing. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for everything you do, Prabhu.
No, but you're not answering.
Because I don't have answer, Prabhu.
I was thinking actually, Tam Titikshasya Bharata, Krishna says in 2.15, 14 or 15. So Krishna says tolerate. Maybe maybe they are pure devotees, and the three person who's lived free, who has become free from three modes, doesn't have these three things. But somebody who is sadhaka, he goes through these things, but he or she tolerates. That's what I felt. But I thought you have something else. So,
No, I like to hear from you, and you said very correctly that devotees tolerates. Only devotees knows that how to deal with the miseries. Miseries are there, but they know how to. We see Prabhu, Mataji left, and how Prabhu was dealing with the situation so amazingly. Divya Tirth Prabhu was the way he handled the situation. Only devotee can do that. Otherwise, they know how to handle the situation, and that is, I think. But same way, materialistic person cannot handle. Similarly, so tolerate, wisdom, mercy, and especially in the association of other devotees, we get the more support when we go through the misery. When we have devotees around us, that gives a lot of strength to us. Even though this is a really good example, whenever, especially you, Prabhu, whenever there's anyone is going through the trouble, you're always there by them. Even my father, when he passed away, you were there throughout, and you gave us comfort. Actually, it was very tough time for us, but you gave us comfort. And how we passed through the situation. So devotees are very merciful, and they kind of keep us protected. They keep us warm, and they keep us support. And I think that is the way I think we passing through the situation through devotees' mercy.
Thank you. That's a great answer, actually. Thank you.
Thank you. Prabhu. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I got late in joining today's class. Can you tell me which verse were you reading from so I can?
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter 22nd, verse number 37. 3:22, 37.
Okay, thank you Prabhuji so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
All glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Vaishnava. Gaur Nitai Nitai Patita Pawan Gaur Hari ki jai. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna all devotees.